What's going on is Anton from antondaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. You know what I realize as I make a lot of these women start to submit, and believe it, and I ain't gonna call no names, but they starting to submit and they falling off one by one, and they realizing that we stronger as a community, we stronger as a community than we are apart. That's what a lot of guys don't realize. They think that, we can all do it individually, and individually we are kings. Individually we all kings. But collectively, man, they can't stop us, bro. I mean, for real, they can't fuck with us. They genuinely can't fuck with us. And we seeing these women fall off one by one, every last one of them over a period of time. It's ordained. It's destined. It's destined for us to win. And regardless of how far behind we think we are based off of this simp culture, based off of feminism, based off of whatever it is that's happening around us, we are destined to win as long as we continue to rock out. And let me tell you what else is happening in addition to that, is that people are starting to notice that either you gonna join the movement or you gonna get rolled over. Either you gonna make the adjustment or you're going to get rolled over, and it's as simple as that. And so what y'all got to realize is that you don't have to be of any specific demographic as far as what you look like. You don't have to be any part of any specific demographic as far as like your color and all of that, your socioeconomic status. Man, we all in the same boat. We all one step away from losing everything. And that's the thing that women don't understand, is that it's almost like, how do you fight something, or how do you compete with something that had already been through the mud? We know that it ain't no safety net. And so when we do something, we go all out. The problem is that we started operating under the same guise or with the same mindset as a lot of these women. And you can't do that. That's not what this is about. This is really about principalities. This is about a standard. And more importantly, it's more about how do we create a better environment for the people that's gonna come after us. It's not even just about our kids, right? It's a young guy. It's some young guy, right, that's gonna be coming up, and he's gonna evolve based off of the culture that we set the standard for, right? Whatever is the most popular. And he's either gonna lean into this feminist simp movement, or he's gonna lean more into his masculinity. And it doesn't matter whether he's single or whether he gets married or anything like that. The most important part of this conversation is, did we set the standard so that we can make things better for the person that come after us? Do I have to necessarily go through child support? Do I have to get divorced? Do I have to go through family court in order to advocate for guys that's going through it, or to advocate so that another guy don't have to deal with it? Or can I make the adjustment and then move accordingly in order to make sure I set the standard to create a better environment for you? Right? Or for the next guy, or for the guy that don't, because it may not even be me, right? I'm not even going to talk about me per se. It may not be me. It may be that I talk to, or you influence me, and then I take that and I say, wait a minute, let me combine my experiences and put my perspective or my spin on it. And then I'll pass that, or I'll reach another guy, or I'll reach some other heart. And then he may blow up, or he may turn into some dude that then it resonates with somebody else, or it may not. It may just be he got his own sphere of influence, and he shared what it is that we all talking about, and then it turns into saving some other guy's life, or it saves some dude from crashing out, or from some guy from ending up like Jalen Green. Listen, if you take Jalen Green and you take Drea and you think about that, I'm gonna talk about that on After Hours. I'm gonna break that down for y'all. If you take a Jalen Green and a Drea, you can't blame her for doing what she do, because that's what women do. You can't blame her. And then at the same time, can we really blame Jalen Green, because we don't know what his background is? We don't know if he was raised by a single mother. We don't know if his father was a simp. We don't know if the people around him actually had his back and crashing out. But what if he had got the right advice from the right person at the right time that then informed him and saved him a lifetime, or at least 18 years minimum, because he's going to be tied to that woman basically for the rest of his life through the child. He's going to be tied to that woman for the rest of his life through the child. What if we could have saved that, right? What if we could have prevented this from happening, right? Because now we passed just laughing at dudes. We passed just clowning and looking at, oh man, look at that, he a sucker. Yeah, I think that shaming is necessary, but it also has to be a lesson on top of it. It's not enough to just point it out. It's also important for us to have a conversation about what next. What should the next dude do that shouldn't put himself in that same position going forward? You know what I'm saying? And if we not having those conversations, if we not pushing each other to get better, then what the hell we doing? You know what I'm saying? This is not just about entertainment. I love the entertainment aspect of it, but it's also about putting the medicine in the candy. And every day, my goal is to reach one person. That's why I tell people to share what we got going on the Millionaire Morning Show. I want you to level up financially. That's why I tell y'all to share what it is that we doing on the Anton Daniels channel. It's important for us to have these panel conversations. That's why I tell y'all to share what we doing on After Hours, because it's important to use pop culture examples in order to illustrate or have uncomfortable conversations so we can wind up figuring out what is the best way for us to be able to go forward. And if the only thing that we doing is clowning and not making no progress, then what we gonna do is we gonna see ourselves even further behind than we were before. You know why? Because the only way that women have been able to make the type of progress that they make in a day is because they stuck together. They're not stronger than us, they not tougher than us, and they damn sure ain't smarter than us. And so how did they do it? How did they do it? It's divide and conquer. They divided us, and then they conquered amongst themselves. And they don't even like each other. So if they're able to come together based off of a common cause, listen, you had a group of women that recruited a bunch of other women in order to make sure that they leveled up. And then all of them suffered as a result of it. But what it did was it illustrated the power of coming together. Then what did that translate into? It translated into them being able to advocate for feminism, but advocate against updating family court laws. It turned into them being able to Me Too you. It turned into them being able to taking advantage of you from a child support perspective. And then they were able to operate selfishly individually. And so we got to start having that conversation and start looking at, okay, look, historically, this is what happened. This is how we going to make adjustments. Because if we continue to do the same thing over and over again and getting different results and getting horrible results, getting worse results, then it's not going to be best for us. It's not going to be fruitful for us. And so listen, I love you enough to actually be honest with you and not just tell you what you want to hear, but tell you what's best for you. You cannot keep doing the same thing over and over and continuing to expect different results. That's not how it works. And in the meantime, they still trying to figure it out. They trying to divide and conquer. They trying to figure out what's wrong with each and every individual. They don't want you to talk. They want you to change your platform and start simping out. Nah, we gonna hold our brothers accountable like we have been in love. And then we gonna hopefully continue to make progress when it comes to having these uncomfortable conversations and then have that translate into your regular everyday life. Other than that, you wasting your time, bro. And it's always gonna be an army of simps to defend them and to go against you. They go against each other. They don't even like each other if it don't fit their narrative. The minute that they stop liking each other is when they then turn against each other. So what you think that they're gonna do to you? They've been doing it to you in family court for a long time now. They don't love you. They love what you do for them. And then they'll throw that whole comment, well, men die alone. We cool with dying alone. And just because we alone don't mean that we lonely. We love this shit. I'm cool. Listen, regardless of if I'm married or not, I'm going to be fucking awesome. It just so happens that she got on the program, and because she got on the program, then she the beneficiary of my greatness. But let's be clear. I'm going to be fucking awesome no matter what. So don't let them throw that feminist, I'm a reverse psychology logic on you in order to try to validate their existence or validate their bullshit. We not going for that shit no more. We going to run it up. We going to get this bag, and we going to continue to do what we do, and we going to make them submit one person at a time, and they're going to have to acquiesce. It's a new day, bro, and you a part of the movement. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm about to get out of here. We doing after hours tonight, and we going to get it popping. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.